Yo, what's happening, people? I'm back in the building. Tez 99 is back, man. Be consistent. As I should have been doing before, but nice to see everyone here nice and early. Be it yourself, man. Hope everyone's very, very good. Hope everyone's okay. A lot of stuff going on in our club, so it's interesting to speak to you guys to get your opinion. Chelsea in the crisis. What is going wrong? Shock emoji. And is it finally time to complete the reset? Is it time to tap out? Is it time for everyone to agree on the ownership being toxic and horrible and all this stuff? Everyone knows my opinions by now if you're watching my channel, so you should know what I'm thinking. But it's good to obviously get an update with you guys as well, man. But I want everyone in here to make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Make sure you're subscribing because very, very important. We're not too far from hitting our goals. So it's very, very good to see that people are enjoying the content. Let's make sure we do that. Stay on that side, Chairs. He's moving crazy. Is that Cucurella and Paella? That's crazy. You're moving mad. It seems Lavia Esego out for the season. Is that where it is? Out for the season, yeah? Is that why we got them? That's interesting to me because, in my opinion, I feel like Lavia should definitely be replaced with like a Wharton or like that kind of signing, innit? That's just my opinion. But I don't know what you lot think. But you're moving mad, E. Be it everyone who'll be joining soon. I know Big Six is going on, but there's no rules. I need to stream. It is what it is. I can't wait any longer. It's very late. We'll add to bringing the second forward. But yeah, people there, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. No Lele. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you join the content. Need to make sure everyone's hitting the sub as well, hitting the like button. There's people will flood in here eventually. So let's make sure everyone's enjoying the content. And is what it is. You can cook me as much as you want, chat. The thing is, I'm going to be consistent with my logic, and I'm going to give you my opinion when the panel comes. Yeah, got a big panel going with all the man them you man know and love. So make sure everyone's hit the like button so far, which is nice. But let's make sure these likes go up. The more people that join the stream and set a good example. So have you hit the likes? That's the main thing, man. But everyone, let me know. You know what, chat? Everyone who's in here nice and early, nice to see you. Put a rating between 1 and 5. How do you feel about Chelsea? 5 being fantastic, 1 being terrible. How do you feel about Chelsea right now? Like, how are you feeling? How do you feel like we're moving? How do you think we're going to move this season? How are you feeling right now? Number between 1 and 5. Let me know right now in the comments below. It's just like, it's good to get people's thoughts, isn't it? So just put numbers in the chat. You get me? Anybody who's just joined, as I was just saying, put a number between 1 and 5. 2 weeks ago, you saw Visor. Now we need a reset. What consistency, Ches? What do you mean? What? You saw the Visor. What are you talking about? I'll wait for your sis to come back. What are you talking about, man? Wait, E. You're my guy. What are you saying, though? I don't get what you're saying. Man said Visor. What? What are you on, bro? Anyway. Yeah, anybody in the chat, I don't care. There's 2 of you. Make sure, let me know what you're feeling. Be on that, smash the like button for me, man. A number between 1 and 5, how you're feeling right now. That's all I want to know. Between 1 and 5, how are you feeling right about now about the club? I'm going to put a number 3. I'm in the middle. But I want to know what you lot think in the chat. 1 being terrible, 5 being fantastic. How do you feel about the club? You know what I mean? No, actually, I don't know what you mean. 2 weeks ago, you saw the light. Now we need a reset. Is that what you mean? Oh, vision. Oh. Man said 1. What? Naturally 1, yeah? People saying 1. 2. What? You guys actually feel like a 2? Wait. So you guys actually feel like a number 2 out of 5? Let me put a banner on there. Guys, spam it in, yeah? Spam it in. So 1 to 5. 5 being fantastic, 1 being terrible. Yeah? Another number 1. Wow. You lot are moving mad. Can you man explain to me why you're number 1? You know that's the lowest rating possible. That's crazy. Number 1. Well, it's a good opportunity to speak to you guys and speak to the panel. how everyone's feeling in it. Because for me, number one is crazy. I'll be honest with you. Number one is mad. But here's the problem: Chelsea news, got Douglas Luiz. We've got apparently Racket and Trap. We all know how this goes. We will not be signing the Racket guy. So don't get twisted one bit. We won't be signing him. It's very inevitable. We're gonna get the Chelsea don't want to pay not the wages. Chelsea don't want to pay the asking price that Rennes want. Yada 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 yada. We know how this goes, bro. We've been down here before. Don't act disappointed when it doesn't happen. I don't know why a secret scout is looking at Musiala and that. It's just stupid, bro. But yeah, that's it. That's just dumb, bro. Why we look? Why are these two man talking about Musiala? Because Palmer's linked away. You see the PR in his club is mad stinky. This is the thing I don't worry about this club. The PR is terrible. It's terrible. If I saw them, I'll grit some up like, stop doing stupidness because no one believes it. No one believes it. But yeah, saying ads in the building, man. I think that's an early, man.
Well, listen, even the Jeremy Jacket, or whatever his name is, bro. When I saw the links to him, I didn't do no video, bro. I was like, we'll wait till he gets signed. Then you find out he might get loaned out. I don't listen. Even if we get him, that's if we get him. But like I said, I heard your thing. Big up to you and is it Couch? Yeah, big up to Couch as well.
Forward.
Ads. Big up, brother.
Sorry.
Big up.
And listen, man, for me, it's a 1 right now.
A 1, yeah?
It's a 1, bro. Because it's all the circumstances going together, the current situation at the club, even the way we play. Obviously, it's a new manager, and that, but bro, it's the way we're playing. That manager coming in, it's not really something that's taking the club. Like, you know, the morale. Like, sometimes you bring a manager in, the morale changes. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're just looking at it thinking, it feels like the season's over. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, you have things to play for, but it was like, we'll see what happens now. And you know what I'm saying?
It feels like a pop balloon.
Yeah, you're looking at it thinking, if it goes well, it goes well. If it not me saying I've given up kind of thing, but it's like that you're looking at it and thinking, bro.
Oh no, I'll just clear my throat. I'll let my brother finish, bro.
Yeah. So like, you know this for me as well. You're like, and it's not even like we're going into the transfer window trying to get certain players to save the season, if you want to call it, or whatever it is. Like, today I checked my phone. We signed that 17-year-old. Apparently, he played 2 games for Sheffield Wednesday or something like that. And we bought him. And then you look and thinking, bro, can he play centre back? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Can he play centre back? Why did we sign him, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always said January transfer windows is where you take your opportunity to buy. It's almost like a cheat code thing during the season where you can kind of still strengthen the team, like an opportunity that you didn't take in the summer. Do you know what I'm saying? You can kind of yeah, bro. We're looking at this and we're just seeing the January transfer move on, and we did the same last season. Do you remember when Jackson was missing all the chances and we thought maybe we can get a player there, whatever. Boom, doesn't happen. So all of a sudden you find yourself linked with Douglas Luiz. So that's already missed 12 games in the season, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at it now. Yeah, I'm trying to find positives on the pitch, bro. But even on the pitch, even yesterday, I barely really seen any positives besides Caicedo. But we always said he's been good this season. So you know what I mean? But it's like, he is what it is.
Let me go next, right? Because I do share a lot of the pessimism or like frustration. I feel like maybe the apathy. I think you feel with the team and the situation right now because the season isn't done. We're in 4 competitions, but I kind of hear you in a sense that like we're here now coming up to February, and we know we're not winning the Premier League, and Champions League it's like a real long shot. Again, it's Chelsea. Like on our day of all of our players fit, we can do a thing, but obviously we're not at like that super high level, which we know Chelsea can be. So I get why a lot of people are saying 1s. I'm personally saying 2 just based on the metric. Again, I'm interested to hear what Ches actually his number is, but again, going off of just a 1 to 5 system, right? Like a 5 by Chelsea standards. Let's understand it's Chelsea standards here. That's maybe us in like 04, 05, where we were like winning back-to-back league titles and we reached a Champions League semi-final. Like for me, that's when we were like at our absolute peak. because obviously we won Champions League since then. But when we won it, we were like, challenging for top four, like a really good team, and then we won the Champions League. But in 04 or 05, like, we were like the best team pretty much in Europe, like, or one of the top 2-3 teams. Like, we were right there. And that was an era where there was a lot of top teams about. So obviously, where we are now, man, like we were like 8th or 9th the other day. Like when we were hosting Brentford at home, they were above us. I flipping bus stop in Hounslow was above us in the league table, bro. Like that's mad. Like this is Chelsea Football Club. The standards should be way higher. So yeah, people saying 1s and 2s, I'm there. Anybody saying 3 or more, I'm really wondering what's 3 or 4 about this. It's a mid-season. Like we're not in a good place, and look at our transfer strategy, bro. It's not good. So like, there's room for optimism. I'm not like super mad in terms of where we are. I feel like we can get to the next level, and also look at the level of the league. The level of the league isn't where City were getting 100 points, Liverpool are getting 97 and not winning the league. Like, like the level now is we can get there with a few signings. We can be the best team in the league. We're not that far off just because we have a really good core of top quality players that can start anywhere. So again, long story short, Chez, how have you got this anywhere around 3 or 4, bro? Like, how and why?
Huh?
Now, you said that you were like on a 3 or a 4, so I'm wondering like how are you viewing the situation of the club as anything higher than the 2?
Why are you still laughing?
That's the 3 or 4. 3 or 4.
Hey, no one's cooking me today, man. No one's cooking me today. Well, why?
This is like just trying to understand what's on the menu, bro. Like, because you're saying like if it's 3, it's like if you're saying 4, bro, you're smoking crack. Like, so what are we saying?
I said 3 to be fair. The only reason why I said 3 is purely optics. So essentially, for me, with this whole project, I've remained consistent in terms of judging them at the end of the season. So, for example, last year, I remember this time last year we were in terrible form. We lost to Bournemouth. We drew to Bournemouth at home. We lost to Fulham at home. We lost against Ipswich New Year's Day. That's not far away from where we are now. 2-3 weeks ago? And it was terrible. Do you remember that? And then we had an averaged February, March, done well in the Conference League, and then after that, in spring into summer, we done well. I think we won loads of games, barely lost, won a couple of cup. Now, I'm not saying that's going to repeat this year, but I have to remain consistent in terms of saying I haven't seen how the club reacts if we regress or stagnate, because we actually progressed every single season so far. As stinky as it's been, and as minimal as the progress has been, we actually improved since they started doing this model. So I'm going to give it until the end of the season, see where we go, then I'll judge it. And then I'll give it to this summer. If we do regress and they do the same thing, then I'll be with everyone else. I'll be with everyone else. I'll be with the man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna protest. That's not my thing. But if people want to do that, I won't go to the games though. I won't buy much. Get me? But that's my logic. I'm gonna be consistent because at the end of the day, man knows about business shit like that. Yeah, like you have to wait into projects, see them out. Everyone knows if you own, for example, these private equity funds, they don't just bust out year 3. They wait for a 10-year plan. Then they'll see ups, downs, peak, troughs. We'll see. So I'm gonna do the same thing with my logic. Be annoyed, be emotional because the sport's emotional ads, and that's it. It's emotional. So it's hard to be logical, but I'm trying to be logical as possible.
Yeah.
The problem is with YouTube and Twitter, if you're logical, it sounds like you're being defensive. So that's why I get heat, because I provide these takes, and so will go, what? Terry will go to me. It's 2,000 people. Yo, Chez, we back in the game. I'm like, not really. I'm just being neutral about it.
I do get where you're coming from, Chez. Obviously, like just to jump in, because obviously
you both on YouTube, as we're both on YouTube, Roman towards the end. But you see it. I was on YouTube when Chelsea were losing like 5 finals in a row, bro. Barely making top 4 under the last ownership.
Yeah. No, I think listen, Chez. Anybody under the impression that you're just like you're a homer, you just like to talk positive about the club, or you're not too negative or whatever. Like, exactly, you're neither. You're just balanced. You just offer a balanced opinion. So obviously that's like we get that. And obviously, again, I like to see we're supporters. Some people say they're fans. We're supporters of the club. But obviously, we're not board members. We're not at the club. We don't have to obviously do the logical thing, which is to make year-end reviews and actually assess the situation, which is right. You're right, Ches. We're going to assess at the end of the season because this season, like we've said, we are in 4 competitions. It all could go amazingly well. And it wouldn't be the first time at Chelsea that we've had a season where it's looking like turmoil. We change mid-season and we do a mad thing. So, like, it could happen. So, obviously, I get that.
Let's speak on that. Let's go one point at a time. You saying, ads, what would be I hear it end to the season?
That was actually the question I wanted to ask you. If I can just throw it back to you quickly, just because obviously you said that right now.
You man the guess. You man
Well,
show.
we can flip it. We can flip it. Right, you know what? Okay, you know what? As the host, I'll take. You might not see these. He thinks he's pressure resistant, but we'll get to him later, though. It's fine. But no, honestly, I hear it end to the season. Oh, I hate saying it because I'm just thinking about the cups, right? Cool.
Don't say a mad thing. Don't say the mad thing.
No, I'm.
Yes, and ads. I want to be realistic. What's I hear it's end to the season.
Wait, okay.
You see your ads. You know,
I hear it means like
yeah?
I'm more actually. It's calm in it. Like it's cool. It's good. For me to say that, we have to win a trophy.
I hear it means,
say that,
I say this all the time. It means it's outside right now. It's just got dark. You get me? It's just got darkness now. It's sunny. I've got a tan. You see, it's got no hood. You get me? And we're talking about football. What is I hear it end to the season where you go, you know what, Ches? I know you said in Jan 22nd. We're here now. I hear it.
I can't lie. For me to say I hear it, bro, we have to win a trophy because we're Chelsea and we need to finish like top 4 and be decent in the Champions League.
No.
For me to say I hear it, yes, calm.
That's more than I hear it, bro.
That's yo ads. That's
okay, but Ches beep it, yeah. Ches beep it. What it said the summer, the sun's out, everyone's having a good vibe, bro. You're telling me I'm gonna be a Chelsea fan saying I hear it when we've won no trophies and we finished, I don't know, 5th or 6th?
No,
I can't say I hear it.
You know what?
I ain't trying to hear that. You think I'm trying to hear that in the sun?
No, you know what? Sun's out. We're speaking on streams. I do hear that. But at the same time, they're up there in the building. If we win a trophy, that's more than I hear it. That's a good season, bro.
What is the trophy? The question should be what
I listen, wait, Ches. Obviously, I hear it's very subjective, right? It's slang in it, so it can be interpreted different ways. Let's go back to the number system. Because for me, I hear it is like free. It's like, okay, I hear it, that's cool, that's decent. I can accept it.
Yeah, you got what I mean, though. Everyone's
I'm saying for context for everybody on the panel and everybody listening.
You keep slipping, you know.
But okay, all I'm gonna say is just to answer the question, Ches, right? For me, a good season from here is to obviously win a trophy and whatnot, right? But for me, that's also just the average and what I expect, because at the start of the season, regardless of Club World Cup and maybe tire tax, and Liverpool looked like they were building a super team, so they were favourites. Arsenal were always there. But regardless of all the context, my thing is cut the gap on the team's top of the league, right? It shouldn't be 20, 15 points that's dead. It should be around 10 points, if not less, and win a trophy and be respectable in the Champions League. At least knock out the first good team you play, right? That's my expectation. So we can still do that. In fact, no, we're not going to be 10 points off the top of the table. So we've already failed that in the league. Champions League and the Cups, let's see what we do. And for me, I hear it, a good season, like, okay, 3 out of 5, we got to win a trophy. If we don't win a trophy and we just get 4th and nothing in the Champions League, then it's, we can move on to the next. It's not going to change our transfer strategy or whatever. We'll at least still be in the Champions League, and that's fine. But it's never going to be acceptable to go trophy-less.
This bit goes wrong. This is my issue, yeah? And Yassi and Deb, so I'll be at Robert Brennan. Long time, yeah? Good debate. I hear it. Here's the problem. If Chelsea was to get a trophy...
What my man's saying here, facts.
Yeah, that's why I put it up, because I hear what you're saying. If Chelsea was to win this top 4, win a trophy, for me, that would be what I expected. Because I said from the beginning of the season, we finished 3rd or 4th in the league, and win FA Cup, Carabao Cup, that's progress. Because for me, FA Cup is miles better than the Conference League, and Carabao Cup would be equaling a trophy run from last year. Well, Carabao Cup we can't win every year, obviously, so that's kind of a good season. Context added in, you had a poor run, you saved it. People will still be annoyed, but you can't argue with numbers. Top 4, Champions League and trophy. Here's the problem: if that was to happen, are we gonna revolt? Is there gonna be a protest still? No, they won't. That's my issue. And that could still happen, which is why I'm not going to go and put my toys out the pram yet. You get me? That's what I'm saying. Because what if I go put my toys at the pram? Shout out Dubes, who comes in the channel, you man know he goes in Blue Diaries as well. What if Chelsea was going far in the champs with the Carabao Cup, FA Cup? What are we doing now?
Just a quick rebuttal on that. I hear it. That would obviously change our perspective, and that would be amazing to do that. But at the same time, right now, we can still be critical of this transfer strategy and the players that we brought in, because ultimately, to this point, we've underachieved and we've ended up sacking, or at least relieving the manager of his duties, whether it's mutual or not. So I don't know. There's still a lot not right, even if we were to go and turn it around this season. The transfer strategy is still a mess.
Stuff like this, bro. Natalie, you're good babes and that. You're always showing love to me. But what is this, by the way? What is this? I want bare minimum 2 trophies.
I think people's expectations, standards, and reality is all.
If Arsenal got 2 trophies, they'd be gassed, and they're top of the league and top of the Champions League.
No, and that's the thing. First, all right, let me make the inherent point that no team has any divine right to win a trophy. Let me be very clear about that. You could go to an FA Cup final, win it this year, and never see the FA Cup again. So always remain humble. Appreciate every trophy that comes Chelsea's way.
We have a divine right to win one.
No. You wait 1 minute, Rob. You wait 1 minute, Rob. Now, getting on to the reality. With 2 billion spent, I expect a trophy and a top 4 push, which was no different if it was Maresca, Rosigne, Egbali, his mom. I don't care who is coaching this team. You spent 2 billion, so in my understanding, you should be going for the league. We all know we weren't going for the league this year, so I'm not gonna revamp history. None of that shit. It's very simple. Get top 4, get a trophy, get your ass into the round of 16 in the Champions League. That's a normal season under Chelsea standards. That's all based on progression of last year. I don't think we're going to progress, if I'm being so honest. Like, I don't expect a higher point tally in the Premier League at the end of the season. And I don't expect us to win the UCL anymore. After sacking our manager and after seeing the defense still doing the same shit it's doing, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't see us winning it anymore. However, we still have the heritage. We still have a team competent enough to at least push for a trophy. So make sure that's the aim. And that's it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even ads earlier was saying to me.
Really quick, because Rob is gonna sing praises to fucking the sporting directors. Rob, this season, if we had proper sporting directors, we win this league, and I'm standing on that. When I say I am standing on that point, the league has been shocking this year. Anyone that's actually watched the games knows quality has dipped. And yet we're sitting here waffling in 5th and 6th. Man, but you want to call the sporting directors elite? Man, you're gonna blame Maresca for the first half of the season.
Rob, please, the one time, don't say that word, then it. Just don't say those 2 words that you usually like saying. Just don't say it today. Today I don't want to hear it.
Wait, you know what? Rob, have his moment. Go ahead, Rob.
Enjoy the show.
Big up, bro.
What is this? What are we doing here?
Nah, bro, it's not, bro.
Go ahead, Rob. It's your time. Go ahead, bud. What you got to say? What's our expectations?
You know what it is, though, for me in general, though,
go ahead.
It's one of those, isn't it, where I'm looking at it, and I'm kind of with what Ads was saying as well, where he was saying that, I think some people with the rating that we were talking about earlier, I think for me, it's more like where my expectations were before the transfer window or after the transfer window, into what ended up happening up to now, innit? Or where we are now. I think that's where people are probably rating it different. But in general, I think you see, because we still have major problems, bro. A lot of the problems that we were talking about in the summer, we still have. Do you know what I'm saying? Where this is where a lot of people are pointing their finger towards the owners, sporting directors, and all that. Because at the end of the day, if you're not performing as a sporting director, at the end of the day, this is why people are looking at the owners as well. Because if you're not performing well at work, people start looking at your manager. Now, why have you not sacked him yet? And that's the thing. It's not just about business. You can't just put it as business. Sometimes in football, you have to look at both what's happening on the pitch and the business. Yes, you can perform well on the pitch, but if it's affecting what's happening off the pitch, they still have to find a way of making both work. And our issue is that we're not necessarily it's not going well on the pitch, and it's not going well off the pitch. And because if you go through certain transfer windows, you're looking at this window and you're thinking, why didn't we get a centre back? Why didn't we get a goalkeeper? Like, even United got a goalkeeper that none of us knew. I'm assuming none of us knew anyway. And he's better than their previous goalkeeper. Do you know what I'm saying? You can still upgrade within the transfer window. So the whole thing about notion of saying elite recruitment, they say calling it elite recruitment because they bought some random Donny from Sheffield Wednesday that played 2 games.
Or a random
It's
bust
dark.
from Man United on the left wing.
You lot crack me
All
up.
of a sudden,
They needed. Onana was dying. They went and got
No. But
Lamens, bro, and everyone was laughing. But he's looking. He's helping them.
Wasn't dying. Our goalkeeper actually finished the season strongly, right? If you had
Yeah,
gone
I'm talking about Sanchez.
If you had gone and got a goalkeeper that giving you exactly what Sanchez is giving you this season, you would have called like, oh my God. If Mignon had been here and had performed exactly the same as Sanchez, you would have been
Robert. Okay, I agree with you. The problem I have with Sanchez is that I can never trust him again. He's been doing well this season.
That is your problem.
I can't trust him, which is what he did against Arsenal. He showed us that once you're a bozo, you can't really wear it off. Do you get me? Like, you still have to show me, and he does it in moments where we can't have it.
I've seen Mignon this season have stinkers. I've seen Donnarumma have stinkers. I've seen, I've seen that Garcia guy in Barcelona have stinkers.
Yeah.
But you're talking about, other than Garcia, you're talking about proven goalkeepers. Like, this is Sanchez's first half good season at a top level. Like, before this, he was at Brighton and he was a decent mid-table Prem keeper. Nobody thought that highly of him. And then when we kind of saved his, I won't say broke life because he's doing well in the Premier League. But when we took him to the big time, he was their third choice keeper at that point. So, like, let's not have a Sanchez conversation because largely Sanchez. But just to say, because a really good question was asked earlier in the show. I hope both Ches and Dev are here. But again, with Sanchez, he's actually having a pretty decent season by all accounts. So, fair play to him. In fact, very good season. By his standards, a very good season. So, big up him for that. The Arsenal mistake. Hopefully, we can correct that in the second leg because you might know I hate Arsenal. We got to find a way to win that. But anyways. An amazing question was asked earlier by Dev, and it's a very simple one, which, again, Rob's a politician, so he might try and worm his way out of this one, but I think it's a really good question, which you just got to be straight to the point with it. He said that if we had better recruiters, elite recruitment, actually, which somebody coined that term, if we had elite recruitment, we would actually be challenging, if not winning this league, because you look at our squad, we are missing some key profiles, which the sport directors failed to actually address. Yes, they had some great wins, like Palmer, Gasto, Caicedo. They've got many good wins, right? Cool. But at the end of the day, Rob, do you agree that if these guys who were elite recruiters are actually showing elite recruitment, we would actually be in a title race? Or do you think like the gap was too big?
I think if Maresca had performed to his level, we would be in a title race.
Oh my days!
But, okay,
I don't think it's squad.
That's what he believes.
Okay, but wait. That's fine. You think Maresca's more at fault? That's fine. We'll put that to the side, even if people disagree.
Yeah.
Forget the manager, right? Take the manager out of this. Do you not feel like player quality wise, we could have got better players who, regardless of the manager, would have made us better? Forget manager. I'm talking about just player quality.
No.
But why couldn't these elite recruiters do that?
I don't think you could have. I don't think you just to say, regardless of the manager, you could have brought Rafa Leao in and it would have been better. No, I don't think that. I don't think like it was like the way, especially the way we play under Maresca. It is up to the manager. Like we didn't beat Brentford because of lack of quality. We didn't beat. Oh jeez, hold on. No, go back to mommy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. See you.
Is that baby Nacho? Yeah. Hey. Man. Get him to work on his first top before bed, bro.
I'm raising baby joke by
Project Garnacho.
Nah, Rob. Honestly, what a parent. I'm sending him to bed about and working on his first touch, bro. That's crazy, bro. Come on, man. What a game on the weekend? What are we doing?
No. What I was saying is this, right? We didn't lose to Brentford because of lack of quality. We didn't lose to Sunderland.
Man United was quality.
We didn't lose to Leeds or Bournemouth we didn't lose to Brighton or to Man United for lack of quality. We didn't lose to Villa for lack of quality. It was poor management. poor selection, poor substitution, poor tactics.
Yeah, but Rob, the simple question is: do you think if we got? Because remember, we haven't signed a centre back under the previous manager or this manager so far until Jacket or whatever happens. We didn't sign a centre back, and look at our attack, which hasn't been great this season. I'm just saying, elite recruiters surely they would have brought in a better left winger than number 49, a better striker than the lap, an actual centre back. My whole point is that should have happened, and if we did that,
let me jump on that point. Let me jump on that point. You know, at a certain point. And I don't want to get into hypotheticals. Let's not start doing transfer talk, all this. Let's just honest conversation. We could have had Declan Rice and Caicedo at the same time. We had the money to do it. We did.
Under this ownership.
We easily would have snagged him. Now, I bring that point up to say this one point. Hold on, Rob. I know. It's not that. I'm not even here to argue about tactics or midfield. I'm saying the choice in players we are going for. Our whole system is predicated on the fact that we get players that are young, unproven, but hella talented. We then turn those players either for profit or we keep them in the first team. We all understand our model, yes? Cool. Yeah. Now let's get to the problem of the model. You could have had any striker in the world. Delap is at my football club. And this isn't to crash on Delap. I don't even think Delap is shit. I think he's average. That's the problem. How are you spending $2 billion and you're average? Rob, this is my whole issue with everything. I'm not even saying to you that the sporting directors are complete shit. I'm not even saying to you that, you know, the club is in the mud. We're terrible. Like, we are literally the definition of mid in the modern era. We can compete for the top 4 every year. We can compete for the lower cups every year. But when it comes to the big boys, when it comes to the EPL and the UCL, I do not see us winning the UCL like we did in 2021. I'm talking about, Rob, dominating fashion, not conceding goals, taking out every opponent we are by a goal margin of +2. I don't see that happening. Especially not over Rosier, who's just literally more wet under the ears than Maresca was. And then with the sporting directors up top, Rob, for all you know, they're going to sell Cole Palmer. What are you going to say to me then? I want to know, genuinely. Are you going to tell me it's elite recruitment that they sold Cole Palmer?
That's not happening. We both know that.
They said Maresca wasn't getting sacked, brother. He got sacked the same day we were talking about it. What do you mean it's not happening?
No, that's not happening. Maresca didn't get sacked. Maresca wanted to leave.
Yeah, because these directors are a nightmare to work for. But even again, Dev made so many great points. All I'm going to add is, like, in the last 3 windows, we've only signed one player that improved our starting lineup, and that's João Pedro. Like, how was that elite recruitment when we're spending so much money? But the actual improvement on the first 11 is maybe one player in 3 windows.
I got this really quick. Rob, what were the last 2 players we signed? Can you tell me? Honestly. We signed 2 players already. What were the players?
The last 2 players we signed?
Yes, we just signed 2 players right now. What are the names?
The most recent signing that we made.
Yes, he's 16 years old. That's the point I'm trying to make. Of course you don't know his name, Rob. Of course you don't know his name.
We signed Ordonez from Ecuador, centre back, right? The Pogba is centre back, right? And we just signed this Wednesday. Yisa is his name. I got his name. Yisa is his name, man.
Hey, listen. Thank everyone for joining, man. Thanks everyone for joining. First things first. Hit a like button.
Wait. Sorry, Chess. We can't let Rob get away from the question. We have to establish this.
Let me just round it off to you, because I want to ask.
Okay, we'll get back. Stay of execution.
That's my crazy. Everyone is calling, man. You meet man in a second. Anyway, everyone is joining because Rob just made him laugh so badly. Mad. But everyone for joining. Thank you for joining so much, man. Hit the like button for me. Follow everyone here. They will have channels or Twitters like forward there. So make sure you follow them. And yeah, thanks for joining them. But also Rob and everyone else. I don't know how we got here, but let me bring it back a little bit.
Wait. No, there's no break. We can bring it back. We can get off the plane, but Rob has to answer the question. It's a one question.
That's what happened.
You can't let him run. The simple question for Rob is: in the last 3 windows, we've only signed one player that goes into the starting lineup.
I don't know the answer to this, and it will actually help you as well. I don't know if you answered this, Rob.
I don't think we need help, but just giving him more time to think of a politician's answer. But go ahead, host. Go ahead, my host. Go ahead, my host.
1 to 5.
So
Give
we
the
can
season
give
a
just
one.
the
I
show
don't
back.
think Rob's answered the questions. I want to ask him the question. Then we can move on a little bit.
We send Yisa and Ordonez. That's our most.
No, forget that.
Okay,
Rob,
that
forget
what would you
that's
rate?
all,
Next
man,
question.
dude.
Hold on. Let me land. Rob, out of 5, I asked everybody before, and start this whole debate before you joined, okay? So, out of 5, how do you feel as a Chelsea fan? That's the first question. Out of 5, and I'll tell you the criteria. And then the second question is, what would be a good end to the season? Okay. So the first question is 5 being fantastic, 1 being terrible. Where are Chelsea sitting right now for you, Rob?
23 for Rob. At least 23.
23 out of 5.
Yeah, at least.
Let him answer.
No, me.
I expect it.
As a Chelsea fan, I got renewed hope, man. 5 out of 5. I'm chilling.
Yeah, now I know you're Rob. I actually had credibility for you. Now I know you're trolling.
No. I'm serious. Like I'm liking so far what I'm seeing from Rosinha. The squad is being used effectively. So I got renewed hope in the likes of Hato, Santos, and
5 out of 5. I'm saying 6th in the league.
Oh, to winning the league.
No, I'm saying like, how do you feel as a Chelsea fan with the season?
To be fair,
so
Rob
far?
did not say we're winning the league. He walked that comment back already. So
I did. I never heard us winning the league.
So if Rosinha,
no.
hypothetically speaking, Rob, if Rosinha was here start of the season, then let's say Maresca was utilising the squad, where would Chelsea be right now?
If Rosinha had been here for the side, we'd be in the title race.
Or any manager that helped.
Yo, time out. What?
If Rosinha had been here at the beginning of the season, and doing what he's doing now, and being it just like I think this is what I think Maresca had done a disservice to this fan base, so much so that we lost. Like, we underrate our players because Maresca told us that they were crap. Maresca told us Hato were crap. So all of a sudden, everybody's like, no, Hato's crap. Maresca told us Santos is not good enough. All of a sudden, like, Santos is not good enough, right? Like all of these things that Maresca made his fan base believe. All of a sudden, you see Hato coming back again under Rosinha. You see Santos playing more under Rosinha, and it's like. But these players were quality from the beginning. Like, you didn't have to run Cucurella into the ground. You didn't have to run Enzo and Caicedo into the ground.
That's all true.
You had adequate backup. You had adequate players that you could have used there, right? Like we said here all after Arsenal, we said, well, Esteban played 90 minutes, especially after the first half that he had. Never would have been under Maresca. Maresca would have hooked him at halftime and brought in somebody else.
So you think Rosinha is that much better than Maresca? Just to clarify.
No, I actually think Maresca is a far better tactician than Rosinha.
You just think Maresca was in his own way, right?
Man management, and I think this squad needs more a somebody who's a better man manager than that is an elite tactician. So we need this squad needs a more an elite man manager than an elite tactician.
Yeah, but one second. The thing is, though, with football, the man management really only works if you have one of them Klopp style teams where you just run it. That's when the man management really helps. Do you get what I'm saying?
But this is the thing, though. What was our biggest complaints with our team the first half of the season? We lack intensity. We don't come out the gates firing. We don't come out, with that intent that you said that are like, we don't have old players. We have young players, but then we come out the gate and we look devoid of intensity.
Same yesterday.
We lack inspiration, right? We have to wait until halftime for him to go and give a halftime speech for the players to come out and start cooking again. Even against Forest, against Burnley. We're looking like like we bunch of.
I'll get everyone's opinion. That's Rob's opinion, man. But
for me, I think we have enough talent that if these players had a manager that were good at managing the personalities and knowing how to deal and handle each player on an individual basis, like I've watched the last 2 games, our intensity, our pressing. Like, and the thing I'll give Rosinha, when players look dead on the legs, even if it's Enzo or Reece, he takes them off, bring in fresh legs so that the intensity can stay. And that's what we've been missing all at the beginning of the season. Is somebody to tell the players, hey, intensity from the first whistle, right?
Look,
And
Dev,
that's
the thing is what I'm saying is we cannot, whether you disagree with him or not, you have now to the rest of the season to see if he's right or wrong.
Yeah.
No, yeah. This isn't.
Like,
I
you
said,
don't need to
I want
argue.
Rob
People in
to
the
express
chat-
his
listen, people in
authentic
the chat,
opinion. This isn't
If
to
you with
change
Rob,
that.
which is a large majority of people who are more on the stay on that side kind of vibe. Guess what? If Rob is wrong, we'll see it, and if he's right, what are you gonna see?
You see. I promise you, we will amass more points in the second half.
I'm gonna make the 2 points right now that I see happening with this club
Yeah,
that will
Dev said you
disprove
see it,
that
and then
Rob.
we'll go back to ads. We're gonna
Yeah,
move on.
the 2 points is 1. If we fail to hit top 4 or win a trophy, and it should be both, by the way, but I'll do
Yeah, it should be
or
both, I agree.
just to entertain the shit. If we don't do one of the other, that's gonna prove you wrong. And if we sell Cole Palmer, that's gonna double prove you wrong. So I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna be quiet because as I've been seeing, Eghbali already told me he runs this fucking team. That's what Eghbali said. He says, I have influence over who plays in the game, literally with his own mouth. So that tells me whether it be
Who
Maresca.
told you that? Eghbali told you his influence about who plays in the game.
Yes. Eghbali
When did he say
literally,
that?
literally said,
Rob's just confused.
I got
How
you.
do you?
I'm gonna hit you in the chat because it's ironic that people are acting like this is the first time you've heard this when you've heard every game at the end of the game the owners go into the dressing room and they talk to the players. They talk to
that translates into him telling who should start, telling the coach who should play.
When Maresca is writing a tell-all and saying, yes, I was being forced to pick certain players into my squad. What does that mean?
I like when people go here, right? So if that's the case, then Barca is on Eghbali, not Maresca. PSG is on Eghbali, not Maresca. Right? You can't have it both ways. You can't say, oh, he was telling Maresca what to be. If that's the case, then Eghbali was selecting the team and giving tactics against Barcelona and against PSG. You can't both. Which is it?
Hey, just behave.
Notice I'm not even switching. I'm just letting you speak.
No, which is it? Is it Eghbali that was picking the team against PSG and Barca and Liverpool, or was that Maresca?
Brother, Rob. I'm gonna ask you one question really quick so we can move on. So Cheska, I got you because I'm doing what you do. No, Rob. I don't know if you know I'm doing
everyone
what
hit like button for me, man.
Literally doing
hit like button for me. Big up Blue Lounge. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hit the like, bro. We're trying to entertain y'all for the free. Hit the like. Now let me tell you this, Rob. This is what I'm gonna tell you. In all seriousness, does Eghbali sit down and write out the first 11? No. Like, all jokes aside, no. However, if you think Eghbali does not have influence on certain players being in this squad based on their monetary value, we are being stupid. It's the same reason Wirtz plays in Liverpool every fucking week, even though it took him a long ass time to get.
It's just logical. It's just logical football.
That's
the players you spend the most money on usually have to play more games.
Come on, I'm playing.
Wait. Chess, you're saying come on, but in this exact instance, forcing playing Garnacho, forcing playing players that are performing badly instead of playing other players who are better. What are you saying?
I'm disappointed in you, Dev, because you're very smart. I'm disappointed because you know what it is. You know when a club's going through the situation,
yeah,
it's so easy to make stories and get money. You know how easy it is. The club is already. Dev, you know this. I'm not gonna make you sound stupid and explain something really simple logic. You know how a life is. When you know what people love, Rob, it and Dev, negativity sells. Do you know that? When you're watching TV, when you're watching the news, it's negative. It's what people like to hear, unfortunately. It's how life is.
Right.
It's sad. When the Chelsea fan base is in a terrible place from their perspective, it's very easy to put one article, someone flips it. What example can I use, boys? Cole Palmer. Now, all of a sudden, Cole Palmer's going to leave. One person puts a news article out there that he's unhappy. The next week, he's injured. Now people are going 1 + 1 = 3. He's going to leave tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's relax with what we listen to. Let's filter what we listen to. The same way with the Jeremy Jacquet situation, are you man deluded enough to think he's going to come through the Chelsea door? So it works both ways. Let's be careful everything we read and believe. Because
But my whole point, where that is different.
When the club is negative and low, it's easy to sell. Look at Arsenal, boys. Arsenal had banned a couple, 15, 20 years. Look at these sales of bad articles, Lacazette this, Bamian
Yeah, the
this.
propaganda, of course.
There we go. It works both ways when it comes to doing well and it comes to doing
But
poorly.
this is the only point I counter.
I don't believe they're going, yo, Rafinha, you play Garnacho today for 60 minutes. Yo, Maresca, you better play Badiashile. He's fit, by the way. I don't think that's happening.
And this is where I might have to disagree, only because of what has happened in our managers. If you look at all our sackings, barring Potter, why did Poch leave? Poch didn't get sacked, brother. He left. For the same thing Maresca left. For the same reason Tuchel left.
Yeah, but Poch
At a
was
certain
shit.
point in time, we got to
I don't
have an
wanna-
honest conversation about these things. I'm not saying, like I said, if we're being in all seriousness, Ekbali doesn't sit down and pick out the 11. That will never, and if it does happen, death to football. Death to club football, as it is. But what I'm saying to you is, there is clear influence in a way that is negatively affecting our team. Not propaganda, not he said, she said, not because Maresca said something because he got sacked and might be salty. It is clear to see. Garnacho starts more than any other left-wing option. No, wait, Rob, wait, because I know where you're coming.
Respond to this after.
All I am trying to say is this. If we continue as a club operating the way we do now, it does not matter what manager is in charge, people. We are not going to achieve any more greatness. That is all I am saying, Rob. And this is proven. This is not an opinion. This is fact. Because if you look at when the owners got in to the present day 2026, all they have achieved, and I'm not shitting on it, by the way, a Conference League and the Club World Cup.
Okay.
We have not broken the top 3 in the Premier League. We have not broken the top 16 in the Champions League. So it's like at a certain point in time, we have to be honest.
Ben, don't get drawn into.
I'm not getting drawn. Listen, like I said, I didn't even say
only
whether
get
Cole Palmer would get
CS4,
sold or not. I said I'll
because
wait and see.
We've
I
reached
speak to you
the last
to
16 of the Champions
a lot this past year. You're getting
League.
drawn into.
We've reached the last 16 of the Champions League. We've not reached the quarterfinals. When we play Real Madrid,
We play Real Madrid. So you're actually wrong. by the way.
Nah, I think he's talking about was it Dortmund? Dortmund with Potter.
We beat Dortmund, right?
No.
We beat Dortmund.
Yeah, we beat Dortmund, so it was a quarterfinal.
16, beat Dortmund and
I remember.
lost.
I remember.
Sorry,
we rocked up
Yeah.
about with Angolo Kante.
Wait. And let's be honest with us.
No,
That
who
was
cares
a
either way?
very, very easy year in the Champions League that we still
Oh,
fucked up. So
okay.
I said I'm wrong.
Dev,
Rob, I
you're
said I'm
getting
wrong.
drawn in.
One
Dev, you're
year,
getting drawn in.
I'm
You're getting
wrong.
drawn in, Dev. Dev, you're getting drawn in. I don't like it. Dev, I'll tell you why you're getting drawn in. I speak to
Why?
you, for everyone in the chat who's new, like the button, subscribe to Yes, he's got a channel. He's doing bits. Yeah? Follow Rob on Twitter. He's better on Twitter as he is in person on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, follow his page if you want to get right.
That's why diaries. Name of Dev, yeah?
Objective.
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. The reason my Dev's getting drawn in, Dev's my guy. We got Trinidad in that, you know, people in my country, them, yeah. Listen, Dev's getting drawn in because Dev is saying things and he's parroting what other people say online about, we haven't achieved this, haven't achieved that. What people expect in the first 2-3 years. I wasn't expecting to win Champions League and Premier Leagues.
Yeah, but to be closer.
Wait.
closer.
Let me land, bro.
I know you can continue. You can continue. I'm just saying we should be way closer. But continue.
Agreed.
I never said about the present day. I talk about the past.
Yeah, even the past.
Let me land. I never spoke about today. I'm saying today is where you can go right after me and speak. Yeah. Listen to me right now, bro. Right now, I understand when people are jumping on that side of the platform. I get it now. Dev, the man, them, the people I meet in person, people I go gym with. I hear it. They're on that side now, and I'm on the only people on my own with Quest and Robert. Shout out this comment over here. You get me? So my thing is this. I understand why people jumping in. Ads is very objective, very smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. Same with Dev, and Robert's different opinion to all of us. It's fine. But end of the day, I don't know why we're being very reactionary, because if Chelsea do get what I said earlier to Ads and to Dev, I think, and Yasir, and we get top 4 and we get far in the Champions League, quarterfinals, semi-finals will be quite good, but quarterfinal, and win the FA Cup, no one's going to be here shouting in summer. No one will be. And if you do, that's just delusional, because yes, we should be better, like Ads is saying, in the league. 100%. We're underperforming. Robert's explained his reasons. I'm sure you guys have reasons too. So we can debate that all day long. We should not be 6th in the league. Full stop. Yeah, we shouldn't be necessarily where Arsenal, Aston Villa are. Somewhere in between would be good. But can we not be delusional? Say things like we should be winning the league this year, and in the same breath, no one rates our squad.
But I didn't say that. That's
But
the
nobody on the
beautiful
panel
thing.
would say
I'm
that.
not saying to my general. I'm not saying to you, Dev. But
Yeah.
I think when people say things like, "Oh, like Cole Palmer can leave," and we're failing right now. Today, we're not failing overall. If Chelsea make top 3 or top 4 this season and win a trophy, that's not failure.
I think it's correct to say
Yeah,
the
but okay,
season is not a
this is how it
failure
works,
yet. That is the best way to put it. The season is
Not
not a
yet,
failure
exactly.
yet.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But this is the
Yes,
thing,
yeah,
though.
yes, yeah. You're a mod. Sorry to talk to you, free speak. You're a mod. You are a mod, innit?
Yeah, I'm mad.
But-
What's going on?
And
Nah,
Devin
but
adds,
this is the thing.
right in
Like,
the
you
chat
know what it
room.
is for me, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, if you started a business today, let's say you're selling headphones, yeah? You first gonna buy 10.
Sorry, I say.
Yes, you're gonna buy 10 headphones. You're gonna sell them, and then you're like, you know what? There's a lot of demand. Let me buy 20. It has to change. That's how you also scale the business, and eventually to make more money. You can't stick to one way. Just 10 headphones, and there's like 200-300 people outside of your house trying to get the headphones, but you only got 10. Do you get what I'm saying? The model has to kind of adjust over time to kind of improve, so that when we are at the top, we can also spend. We bought things in, and do you get what I'm saying? Well, in the beginning, players are on 150, whatever. That's what we need in the beginning, because we don't have the income. We don't have Champions League. Do you get what I'm saying? So once you do hit those levels, things have to adjust. You can't just say we'll stick to the same thing and see whether we can still do those things with this pocket or with this wallet. Do you get what I'm saying? Things have to improve. And I seen a thing earlier today that was saying that our income or whatever it is like 200 million less than Arsenal's, and but then we ain't got no front shirt sponsor. So don't tell me, you know what I'm saying? And then I remember when someone in my chat made a joke on Jimmy's channel saying, I think the owners think the Club World Cup badge is the front shirt sponsor thing, yeah. And that got me, because I was not someone that always talked about the front shirt sponsor. I didn't really care. I was like, listen, if you can get the best deal, get the best deal. We'll keep it moving. But for us to still be in Champions League and then not being able to get it, and then you realize that it could be something that's affecting the transfers or all those kind of things, then it's like, okay, cool, you need to sort it then. You know, it's sorted now, because now I'm realizing it's directly affecting things that can happen on the pitch or change on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? So I just think we got the biggest problem is the more of the players that we're scouting and bringing in, but then you can say maybe the model, right? I think it's that kind of thing.
You're spot on. I think,
and then it's more like we have little problems here and there. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you can say.
To respond to you, to respect your point, before we go into Alex, I agree with you. I don't agree with Rob with elite recruitment, but I'm with Rob in terms of the overall model. I don't disagree with the model at all. I don't think the model's bad. I think the recruitment, Dev, to respond to you earlier as well, I think the recruitment is the issue. I think if we'd gone for, and then this is the point Terry said to me in Football Terrace, and people say to me, it's because of the model that you can't get the Elises, because you don't want to spend the money on their wages. So that's why I agree with that part.
Yeah.
But obviously, there is a caveat to that, because the whole point of us doing the wages in the first place is to avoid what it was like under Roman. So I do get both POVs. It's difficult, right? Because you want to sign the best players, but then we've done that in the past, like Kai Havertz, and it's not worked out. You get it? So it is tough.
That's how you stuck with the Sterlings and the Lukaku.
No, but this is the thing. No, but at the same time, if you put players on a little bit too much early, you have to end up giving them more over time.
Yeah, they said they'll do that. I don't think they give Reece James 250, bro. They will do it.
Yeah, but 250 for Reece James, like when people aren't on his level, on like 300.
What do you mean? Look at
other players that are younger. Like Reece James is probably one of the best right backs in the world. Do you get me?
Reece James isn't a good example to use, but let's use Enzo for example. Enzo's on 150 right now. It could be making 250.
It's calm. I'm with it. I'm saying it's calm, but I'm saying
why are you trying to make it sound like that's bad?
No, it's calm, but okay, attackers, defenders are different. But let's say if you look across the city,
no, I used Enzo. Enzo's a perfect example. Enzo's making like 125, 130 right now. He could easily be making 200.
that is the model working perfectly.
Why should Enzo be on 200k a week?
Wait.
Devin, let me.
Go ahead,
you
Rob.
know,
I've heard something about
hold on.
Gittins being on
That's
100.
the model. That's the model working
No,
perfectly.
no, now I'm trying to
The
understand
model
what's going on.
entails that at some point in your contract, you're gonna be outperforming your contract, right? Not you underperforming your contract. That is what we do in Chelsea. We will start you at a lower wage, right? And not like we're no longer gonna pay players based on what you've done for another club, right? We're gonna pay you based on what you've done for Chelsea. And for an Enzo and a Caicedo and a Cucurella and a Rhys James, yes, if we negotiate the next summer and they want 250k a week, by all means, they've earned it, they deserve it. But it would be based on what they've done for Chelsea, right? Not what they've done for Brighton or for City, like we did Sterling or for Koulibaly, what they did for Napoli.
Rob.
And
But
yeah,
we haven't seen
at
it
some
yet.
point,
We have not seen one player other than Rhys James get properly paid. And when I mean properly, I mean if Caicedo came up and decided to say, I want 225 bags a year next year or the rest of this year on his contract to reshape, we need to give it to him because his performances have insinuated.
And we will, yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. And Rob, if they do that,
Like
I will
after
become
the first
mute
season,
because
Palmer,
that is my fear.
Palmer and Jackson got automatic bumps based on the performance, right?
Right. The incentive. I know the incentive bonuses in the
No,
contract.
it wasn't an incentive. No, they got increase in their pay after the first.
I could have sworn it was based on performance-related things.
After the Poch season, Palmer and Jackson got bumpers in the contract.
Yeah, I thought it was performance-related, like based on a certain amount of output.
Yeah, Palmer went from like 80k to, I know it's still low, like 130, 140k, right? Because it was an 80k when he joined Chelsea. After one season, we bumped him automatically, right? And this is the thing about Chelsea. These players are under contract for 8-9 years. We don't have to give you a wage increase 2 years in, right? Because we got 6 more years of you under this contract, right? But the thing is, why the model is so attractive, even to other players look at it, oh, I might come to Chelsea, right? And if I perform, my wage is going to be up and up and up and up. Just like it would be if I join another club, in my prime or whatever the case may be. So that is what we do, right? Cole Palmer, you come here, you're on 80k. One season, you do a madness. Jackson, you do a madness. Boom, you get a bumper wage. Caicedo now, boom, a bumper wage. Enzo Fernandez now, boom. Cucurella already got his, right? Last summer. Yeah. That's how the model functions. And I agree with that. Like I'm tired of like, oh, you know what? Let's go get Rodrigo. Based on what he did for Real Madrid, let's get him and give him 300k a week. Osimhen, based on what he did for Napoli, bring him in, give him 200k a week. No, brother, come here on our wage structure. If you ball out, we'll give you the money.
We are in agreement. I said when they offered 300 bands to GUI to go to City, I said at that type of wages, that's breaking your wage structure. So it's not like I don't agree with the wage structure or like how you're supposed to build. I'm just saying it's going to be time to pay the pipers soon, and they have to pay. Because if one player, for example, let's just use Palmer because he's the hot topic. Say they don't decide to pay Palmer an increase in wages, sort of insinuating he's out the club. The other top players around will take a look and they will go, why didn't Palmer get a pay increase? Like, are they going to do the same for me? And that's the situation I want to avoid, because that's also how you can collapse your wage structure, is if you're not giving the players that deserve to get the wage bumps. But once again, that's not proven.
I agree with you.
Yeah, we're just discussing. I'm not saying that the owners have a lot of hell to catch. That's not one of the things, but that would be a huge problem.
I agree. Like, the Palmer and the Enzo, you need to pay those players so that
Yeah. Me and Rob have settled our disputes.
Like I said to you with Rob's point before, this year, I know last year was the year everyone wanted to see a big transfer window after we got top 4 and won the trophies. But let's be real, boys, yeah. This year will be very interesting to see next 6-7 months, now until September, what actually happens. I feel like this year is more. I think this year is more pivotal than last year, guys. I feel like if we get it wrong, then I can hear the failure.
That's why it's so unfortunate, because you shouldn't be coming off of everything you're coming off of last year to be in this point. That's why it's sort of a failure.
In what point, though?
And the point that we were coming off a momentum high.
Look who's here. I know,
Big
No,
up Jim, man. Big up
Hey,
Jim. That's my brother.
Like Rob.
He just
Rob,
goes, you
you
suck.
have to-
You suck, man. You suck, man. That's what he says to me.
Yo, man, I've been kind of just feeling enjoying the chat, right? So I'm gonna just take center stage for just a quick second, right? So for Jimmy and maybe
Have fun
people who
with it.
haven't been here for a little minute, like and subscribe. But earlier, Rob said that obviously we have elite recruitment. This is not new for Rob, but to this point, you still yet to answer this question. How can it be elite recruitment when in the last 3 windows we've not signed somebody that improved the starting 11? Please explain.
Joao Pedro doesn't improve the starting 11.
Yeah, I said only one in the last 3 windows is only João Pedro. That's improved our starting lineup from the previous season or before the windows.
Esteban doesn't improve.
Esteban was signed in the previous window. I'm talking about the last 3 windows.
Be
This
careful,
window,
because you also rated
this
Jackson
window,
over
the
Durant.
summer, and
Be
previous
careful with your
January.
answer.
I guess if you don't put it, then I'll put Kenda in there. Can I put Kenda in there now?
He's not here, and he might not start.
So,
We're talking about right now. You're talking no. Just to answer the question, because again we can do the
Bro,
semantic
you said
thing.
Quenda,
You said wait, chill. You said that obviously because of how our recruitment was, it was so good, blah blah blah, that we could actually be in a title race if not for Maresca, right? Which again is a bogus claim in my opinion. I completely refute that, but that's not the topic of conversation. We're talking about just here with what we have right now, the last 3 windows over the last 12, 13 months. We've only signed one player that we've agreed, João Pedro, improves the starting lineup that's here right now. I don't want to hear about no Quenda or the 17-year-old that we signed or the 15-year-old we're going to sign next week. I don't care about them man there, yeah? I'm talking about right here, right now. The last 3 windows, João Pedro's the only one that's improved the starting lineup. You could say, oh, what about left wing? Technically, Gittins and number 49 start, but are they clearly better than Sancho and Mudryk? I don't know at this point. I'm personally, I would start Neto and then Palmer and then somebody else on the right. But anyways, point is, for everybody else that we've signed, Rob, how can it be elite recruitment if only one person we've agreed improves the first lineup? How can that be elite?
I think from last season, our left wing has improved significantly.
It's not significant, but either way, let's say that's an improvement. Let's say it's a marginal. Let's say it's a marginal improvement. Whatever, cool. That's 1 and like a little bit. You can say 2, cool. How was that elite recruitment when we were at a stage where we should be closing the gap on Arsenal and Liverpool? It should have been Liverpool higher up at the table and all of this stuff, right? We should have been closing that gap, and yet we are so far off. We're not even behind Villa. So again,
Our defense
how
got
can that
worse.
be elite recruitment when we're missing so many things in the team?
Our striker position got worse.
When the squad we went into the season with was competent enough, in my opinion, to be in the title race, right? Because I looked at City, I'm like, not convinced. I looked at Liverpool and the business they did, it was way too imbalanced, right?
Wait,
Obviously,
Rob, can I real quick? I want to sing your praises on that. Rob is, and I mean this truly, and I'm not trolling, was the only Chelsea fan I saw at the beginning of the season that looked at Liverpool, looked at City, and said, you guys are a bunch of bitches. Respectfully, sorry for cursing. Rob is the only one that called that out. So I do want to sing your praise on that. You were wrong about Arsenal, brother, but everything else you were right. So
no, actually say Arsenal gonna win the league. I thought that
Rob called that. Rob called that.
No, I called Arsenal gonna win. But you know, to that aside, I
think he had our second and us winning the Champions League. That's
yes,
what he
had. I had us 3 second and us winning the UCL.
We have the receipts. We have the receipts, brother.
You left me now, but nobody can sit here and convince me that Villa has a better squad than us, or City has a better squad than us. They just don't.
No, but they're the manager,
right? They're ahead, but their manager, like in Emery, he made Tofo with Asensio and Rashford, right? There's like, we're going to take this away from you. We're going to give you Sancho, right? And Lindelof. And his brother is in the title race with those. Why? Because he actually has done an incredible job in coaching and managing the squad. Right?
Arsenal, they were winning the league too, but that's neither here nor there.
Same as Pep. Say whatever you want about Pep, right? He doesn't have a right back, doesn't have a left back.
Martin Villa had the full start. They barely even scored a goal.
Villa were 12th or 13th to start the first 10 games of the season.
Rob's right. Rob's right.
Rob is right. Obviously, those teams have been close. And you can definitely like pinpoint areas where Maresca should have done better this season. We can agree on that.
I can name.
Go for it.
Someone said 10 points, yeah? I can name you 3 games where we all can shut your mouths and all agree Maresca's fault. Brighton at home, Man United away,
No, I'm not even trying to hear all that because again, I'm not trying to hear all that. Listen. Man, listen to me. Yeah, listen to me. I get where Rob was coming from. There are games where Maresca's made mistakes. Maresca's not a perfect manager, and also his conflict with the board and etc. The health department, all of these things contributed to him making some mistakes that cost us points. Yes. Again, I don't want to be sitting here defending a manager that already left us. Like, I don't really want to be doing that. That being said, I'm not going to have us just rewrite history, which is nonsense because we're not going to act like players didn't cost us many points, many bozo mistakes, unnecessary red cards, these kind of things where Maresca doesn't have that much control over. And again, we can revisit that, but to make it sound like it's just a Maresca horror performance as a manager, like it's on the level of Potter or the level of Lampard in his second stint here, that is complete nonsense.
Okay, maybe United game I'm wrong. I give you. United game probably not.
Thank you. Just walk back.
We had red cards.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but you mentioned Brighton as well. Brighton were comfy until Chalobah and Santos made that mistake.
You know what? I'm talking about Brentford away. So games like that piss me off.
No. He's right. Look. There are actual ones
there's some games. Yeah,
Brentford away. Some of the draws where Maresca got a little bit more defensive instead of making the proper attacking subs.
I think
I'm not sitting here. Yeah. I don't like to do this where it's like.
But then you essentially getting the manager to.
No, but we're acting like sorry, just okay. But again, I don't want to get away from. I don't. Wait. I have to say this because I don't want to get too far away from the point. Because again, Rob says a lot of things which I agree with. Again, like that's fine. But again, we're getting away from the point that like I don't see it. I don't even need to ask this as a question. I just don't see how in the last 3 windows we've signed one player that's improved the starting lineup, and it's that's what we needed to get closer to winning the league title. It wasn't that good a year and a half ago. So why did only one improvement player for the starting lineup mean we were gonna win the league?
This is my problem with people that say we're not good enough, right? So you're telling me this season we've been good enough to outplay Arsenal with 10 men, to outclass Barcelona, to totally outplay Liverpool, right? To do all of these against these big teams.
Yeah,
we don't have a squad good enough to.
Yeah, but you know who else is good against big teams? Brentford are great against big teams. There's many teams who are good against big teams. It's about consistency. Player quality helps you to win the low block. Okay, just to say this very quickly, Rob. Against the teams that the low blocks, the teams that just want to park the bus and these things. Listen, management and tactics can help for sure, but the onus is mainly going to be on the players who have 60% of the ball, are in and around the box, and to create and score goals. And listen, in our attack, who do we truly rate as a top level player? Palmer, yes. Esteban will be there, yes. Pedro's decent. That's about it.
How many times we said here on the stream saying you have wingers, right? Who you can say if you saw Garnacho and Neto, they're not good 1v1. Why aren't you overlapping your fullbacks, right?
How about Sammy better wingers? How about Sammy Semenyo when he's on the market? How about that? So we're not talking about overlap for Semenyo. You're just wrapping it top corner. How about we do that?
This is what I like with Chelsea fans, right? We will watch Semenyo play for Man City and face low blocks, right? And I promise you, he's not gonna be as good at facing those low blocks, right? As he was.
He won't be as good because obviously Bournemouth play more in transition, but he'll be better than Nacho.
Everybody here would have taken Cunha. Everybody would have taken Cunha this summer. You've seen him go to United, right? Not looking that good.
Look. I think we're getting away from the main point Ads is trying to say. No. I just gonna conclude this. I'm not gonna make a diatribe, just real quick. His point is this.
If Jimmy coming, I got cut.
You lot done, bro. That's all right. You're getting kicked.
Don't run.
Wait, before
don't run. I got a jump off soon. I got a jump off soon in it. Somebody else can press you on me.
Jimmy's gonna come here. Jimmy's gonna shout at
Rob,
me.
you only have yourself to blame. If you answered my question earlier, you wouldn't be getting this cooking, bro. Now Jimmy's gonna.
It's your choice.
I can't see the oven. Jimmy's gonna put you in the grill. Like,
I just don't want to get yelled at by Jimmy.
Wait. Can we just say this one point? Let's just make it at this one point that goes with what Ads is saying. His argument is that genuinely, how many players can you really sit up here hand on heart and say have improved our first team to getting to a major trophy? The answer, quite literally, is 2. You're gonna argue Garnacho, you're gonna argue João Pedro. That's fucking it. When we go past that, right? When we go past those players, I can name you, and I can literally go on Google right now and pull up our last 3 transfer windows. I can name you 12 players we have signed that are nowhere near our second team.
No, but
So
then
my
can I
point
respond?
is,
Ads and Dev, I agree with everything you're saying because I've just said to you before you guys spoke. I don't rate the recruitment either to that level. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's
Right.
good enough to be challenging for the league. But what Rob's
Correct.
saying, two things can be true, right? Mutually exclusive points. I feel like Yassir, but
Okay.
you land your point. I want to let Yassir listen to this point here, Dev. I feel like what Rob's saying is true in terms of, and ads as well, especially. Listen up. I feel like what Rob's saying is true to a certain degree, where I think we could do better in the league if we utilize the squad better. Okay, that's the first point. I feel like Chelsea should be higher in the league if we utilize the squad better. I'm not saying be City, Arsenal level. I'm saying maybe in and around Aston Villa.
City
And that's your
level,
criticism
100%.
from
No,
Maresca,
Arsenal
right?
level, maybe
You
not.
believe
City level,
Maresca could have got more
100%.
points. No, I'm not
Let
arguing. I just want to
me
understand.
continue.
Agreed.
I don't think
Okay.
this is the problem I have. I ask people this question all the time: is this Chelsea's level, 6th in the league, 2 wins in 10? I can't listen to people seriously, and they go to me, "Yes, Ches, this is our level. We're just 2 out of 10 wins." Now you've lost me. But in the same breath, I do believe the recruitment could be better. So that's why I think there's a bit of balance in
But this
situation.
is why I
Yeah,
said,
but
look,
every-
this is
every-
what I
Jimmy's
said.
moving.
This
Jimmy's
is what I
moving
said.
out of the chat, bro. That man said, "Fuck school."
there's
I
no
can
club,
tell.
there's no club in the world that whose fan can say our recruitment can be better. Real Madrid fans say it will be better. Barca fans will say it will be better. PSG fans been saying it could be better. You know, right? Liverpool fans say it could be better. Man City fans say it could be. Every club in the world, all their fans will say our recruitment could be better.
But they solve majority of their problems, and then
No,
be better.
oh jeez.
Okay, listen, just to
no,
make
no,
one last
Rob,
point, right? Because I typed it,
Yeah,
but at the same time, I actually want to just like verbalize it just a little bit, right? Because last win, like in January, say last year, right? Like we saw where we were. We were discussing in December, and our like Malaysia in the league carried on. Obviously, Jackson was injured. Palmer went through that goal drop, etc., right? We all saw what was happening last January. Where we had no striker. The team was in horrible form, and who did we sign? We signed Umugu, who does he even play for Strasbourg?
Hey, big up Mugu.
So
Love him with
that's
the
all. That's
Brother,
again.
what
That's all we
position
did
is
right
Umugu?
in
What position
January.
does Umugu
So
play?
like,
I'm being
how
so dead
did
serious.
that help? That didn't actually help us to get top 5. Again, our attack actually failed us in getting top 5. To be honest, it was actually our defense that somehow turned up. And obviously, big up to the Maresca, obviously the likes of Colwood, etc. They closed the season really well. That's how we got top 5. By the way, it wasn't because of our attack. So again, how can it be elite recruitment when we are going through windows like January last year and we were struggling? And all you want to do is sign Umugu, who was there for like 2 days. And Maresca's like, yeah, this guy's not ready. This guy isn't going to be here for me. He's here for next season. Again, but hey, that's elite recruitment to some people. That's good enough to get us to Champions League and Premier League winning levels.
Okay, so. let me ask you a question. Right, you said the latter part of last season, it wasn't our attack that got us top 4. It was our defense, right? Do you agree that Maresca should have played in Nkunku, Joao Felix, and KDH to be more in the league?
Yeah, that was the thing that we spoke about a lot. I spoke about that a lot with Don on his show. He could have utilized players like those and even Vega more as well. Yes, he could have utilized them more.
If you played them early, they would have been useful later when the Cole Palmer's form dipped, when the Jackson went out injured. Then those players that if Maresca had been using the squad effectively last season, then the Nkunku and the Joao Felix and the KDH would have been more helpful.
They could have been more helpful, but at the same time, their player quality still isn't levels like that. Again, Nkunku's a bit of an outlier because he was good before the injury. I just said that Nkunku's a slight outlier, but obviously he had injuries and everything, so it was a bit of a sticky situation. But again, I was saying for time, Maresca could utilize him off the left, maybe behind the striker, whatever. It is what it is, right? That's old news. But yeah, with Vega, Felix, it could have been utilized more. So I agree, but obviously my point is just more the recruitment didn't necessarily help us. You saw these issues. We sold our depth, and we didn't actually replace them.
They brought
our depth.
They brought Joao Felix was a backup to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is going and is struggling. Why not give Joao Felix a game?
Okay, but that's fine. That's fine. You're right. But no, Rob, you're 100%. No, wait.
He's doing for everything.
Yeah, Rob, I agree.
We thought KDH was a scrub because Maresca wasn't playing him. Now he goes to Everton. He's balling out. I always knew KDH was a good player. When he was here, everybody was just saying, "Oh, look what they gave Maresca. They gave him KDH."
Wait, Rob, I actually agree with you. But just the funny thing about your point, wait. No, I have to land this. Just my thing is like just before, like we get it at the start of last season, we had Felix and KDH behind Palmer. That's cool. Then we've not utilized Felix, so that's on the manager. Fair enough. Whatever. Even though I think when Felix got chances, he wasn't great either. Then we've let Felix go in January. Like I said, we have all these issues, including Palmer's form. We don't buy anybody to replace Felix. Whatever. We managed to get top 5, not because of our attack, but we get there. Cool. Then we remove KDH, swap him out for Facundo, which you can all agree is a clear downgrade again. And then now we're in January, we've got rid of all of them. So now there's no Felix, KDH, or Facundo. So, like, again, this is elite recruitment, guys. This is the recruitment that's going to get us to the next level.
Yeah.
Safe, man.
Actually,
cool.
You said it for
that's
me.
elite.
Thank you, brother.
Safe.
Thank you.
We want to say
because Rob, you brought up the point about KDH, and I just want to
No,
reiterate that
I think
KDH.
some of the things you're
You're
talking
saying
about
the
don't make
manager,
sense.
this,
I
that,
think
and the third.
I think we all.
Meanwhile, our main number 10 is actually in the worst form the whole
time.
time, and he's got no back. He's got no competition now. So, but again, that's meant to be elite recruitment. So it's crazy.
We hit a lot, but from blue coat to lead.
I was also
He's
just want to reiterate this point really
he's gone.
quick. We had
another
João
thing we're
Felix, we
talking
had
about.
KDH, and we had one other midfielder on top of Enzo and Caicedo already. Not to mention, then you had Nkunku, then Jackson, and you went to Delap. At a certain point in time, we need to be
I don't want to
honest.
say this, yeah. I'm so sinister. I hate doing the politics on YouTube, but I would love to see us win the Champions League and see what everyone says.
The level of shamelessness
I'm not giving you. I'm just saying.
Hey, Rob, what did you say about?
I don't think change a word of what we said, by the way. Not a word.
No, wait. I'm going to be real about this. I'm going to be real about this.
How does it change what we've said? It would change how I feel in the summer. It won't change what we've said.
I'm going to answer it right now. If we won our 3rd Champions League this year under Rosignol after sacking Maresca, honestly, Jez, it wouldn't make a difference because I would say it's Chelsea fucking heritage. We are liable to sack a manager, be in chaos, and win a fucking major. Like, that's all I can say, bro. Let me show you my shameless fist. That's my shameless fist. That's all I can say, bro.
This is your fault, blood. You're doing this hot potato thing.
No, yes, speak. What the hell have I just heard from Adson Dev?
I ain't heard it anyway, blood. You know, so I'm chilling. I was gonna say,
agendas are so strong. That's why you can win the Champions League. The whole point of our playing this sport.
They wouldn't give Yelich credit. If we win the Champions League, they wouldn't give Yelich credit. They'd be like, yeah, that was luck. We're lucky into that one. We're lucky into that.
All right, all BS aside, if we won a 3rd Champions League, everyone's gonna come in here gas. Let's be honest.
Oh, we're not the same as Man United. You're times bigger than us. Of course, we gas.
Yeah.
By the way, it doesn't mean you go, oh, elite recruitment, but you can't ignore it. Winning a Champions League is flipping difficult, bro. You don't just do that.
Like, who said it isn't? Of course it's difficult, but so what? Like, what does that change about me talking about elite recruitment, bro? Like, at the end of the day, we're talking about these guys are having poor windows. So I'm just saying, listen, my whole point is very simple. If we're having windows that I'm saying are poor, like objectively, I'm grading this window, that's a 4 out of 10. This window's 5 out of 10. This window, we just signed the Mugi. What the hell? So, like, I don't know, maybe just signing a Mugi is like a -5 window. So, like, that's my thing. So if we win the Champions League, great. I've seen us also win it when we've had dysfunctional seasons, but it doesn't change the fact that this recruitment right now hasn't proven to be elite. Hasn't proven.
And one sec, says 1 second. You know what solidifies what you just said? The Buonanotte thing, bro. We got him in, and then we got rid of January. And he was supposed to be the guy to play in the 10. Listen, I know he wasn't good enough anyway, but I'm saying essentially they trying to rectify their mistake already. That already tells you that they're telling you that they failed with that specific thing that they were doing. Because why would you send him back? Otherwise, you'd have a nice time helping the team. But he's not, because he's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So that is exactly
what that was a panic low last minute. Like, we all know, no one's stupid enough to think that was a good sign. But what I mean is, I'm not saying agenda's a rude word. I mean, let me take that back. It's not an agenda to say you wouldn't to praise the team.
Right? Just tell us telescopium, you know.
No, but you said what I'm telling you is this, yeah. If like you win the Champions League, to me, it wouldn't validate Rob per se, but it does prove that the team.
You're crazy. Rob would be
one trophy doesn't change the whole narrative.
But he already gave the season a 5. Like, I think he's saying he's so happy, blood. Like, if you win the Champions League, you might be excited.
You win the Champions League. What's everyone going to be saying in the summer then? Genuinely.
Yeah, listen, good team. Be happy.
I won't be hearing it.
I'll
be like, stay on that side. Like, stay over there. Like, don't be telling me, you know what? This player scored. he came clutch. I'm like, no, you weren't rating.
Wait,
No, but if you still have the same issues that you had in the summer now, that tells you you didn't recruit well.
Imagine Garnacho bang some brains.
Oh my god, with the big ears. Nah, let's
Yeah,
listen.
he obviously
Let me just say
like
this,
what we're saying when we're like if
That's the
he
key for
scores,
me.
obviously like let's say it's natural he does
Big
a
up,
thing.
bro.
Obviously Rob's extra vindicated, right? But like
Bless up,
let's say
brother.
it's like let's say Gittins has a good
bro.
let's say like Gittins and the like guys who are I'm not ruling them out in terms of footballers. They have like a good end to the season, then that obviously boosts what our recruitment team has done. That's cool. But that doesn't change anything else necessarily. Like my whole thing is, have we built a team that's got us to a level where we can be competing and winning the Champions League and also competing for the Premier League? The Premier League we've already shown this season that we haven't built that, which is obviously my issue with everything going on right now. And the Champions League, like obviously Rob predicted at the start of the season, so there's some Chelsea fans that think we could do it. I think we can get to like a semis for sure. So obviously, we could win it. If I think we can get to the semis, then obviously I think we can win the Champions League. So that's why I'm saying overall, my issue with the recruitment team means that I have an issue with it. It's not good enough for me to win a league title and also compete for the Champions League. But we're a cup team. We're a good cup team. That's what we've proven.
Obviously, people would say cup team, and that's a fair point. But what it would say is that even though we, our own subjective opinions, don't believe in X player, Y player, they've now in a year won 3 trophies, one being a major, one being beating PSG, the best team in the land, in Europe. So then you would have to be consistent with our logic and say, you know what? Even though in the league we're terribly underperforming, finished 5th in the league, 4th in the league, we have to admit they've assembled some sort of team that's competitive to win a major.
Just this is my last point.
It doesn't mean it's good enough, Dev. Don't get to what I'm saying. Let me make it clear, Dev. I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying to you and Dev to insult intelligence. Oh, I rate the team now.
Yeah, no, we agree with what you just said.
No, I agree, but this is the scary point I want to make, right? And we're gonna just hang with me for about 30 seconds because it's gonna sound weird.
By the way,
one of the biggest.
Sorry, Dev. Yes, this is yes, 100%.
Yes, I was gonna say. One of my biggest criticisms of Roman's tenure was this of what you're speaking of right now. Teams winning majors, but not building for the future, not building a proper team to dominate. We should have been City before City, and I'm not trying to be salty. I'm being genuine. So when the new owners came in and got a cash injection of $2 billion, 2 billion quid, 2 billion euros, whatever the fuck you want to use, they should have made the team better. That's me and Ad's point blank period point. You had a chance avoiding FFP, the 8-year contracts, the wage structure, and players had a vibe of coming to Chelsea. You had a literal chance at that time to dog walk this league before Arteta built up to what he built up to now, before City could try to go get more reinforcements, before Liverpool had a 450 mil plus summer. You could have taken advantage, and we didn't. So the same criticism, and I have to be consistent, the same criticism I aimed at Roman, I have to aim at the new owners. You fuckers won 2 little cups, got gassed, and sat on your ass in the summer transfer window. And no one can tell me otherwise, because we got worse at striker. Our defense has not improved. Our midfield is struggling because they need backup, and the backup might not be quality except for Santos. Esugo isn't here. I don't want to hear about Quenda. So my point is, if you spend $2 billion, we should be better. And I'm not saying better as far as, win a major, Jez. When is Chelsea going to build a team to contend for multiple years, not just win a major every now and then, win a UCL every now and then?
Obviously, they believe they're doing that. We don't agree with all their signings, but that's where
I believe personally.
Really quick, Mary Jane Trip.
Next season, we will be challenging for the title. Right? Next season will be the title race. That is my belief. I still think this season we have a shot at winning the Champions League. That is my belief, right? I don't know the FA Cup because that's the lack of a draw.
I still think defensively we need to be a bit better though, Rob. Would you agree with that?
I think we have a good defensive structure as a team.
Low block, we're okay, but we don't play low block football.
Yeah, but in the Champions League, we're not going to come across low blocks very often. That's the thing, though.
If anything, we'll be using the mid block more, like we've done against PSG
in the Champions League. Yeah. That's why I'm more confident in the Champions League, because you come against the Barcelona, the Real Madrid, unless you come up against Atletico Madrid, that's gonna just do a low block, like it's gonna do a Crystal Palace, but with better quality and more, better players, right?
Yeah.
But if you're facing the likes of PSG again or Barcelona again, is anybody here gonna be scared? If we, semi-final against Barcelona, semi-final against PSG, are you scared? Because I'm not.
No, we can beat those teams. We can definitely beat those teams.
We've seen it yet, so we have to see.
No, I think in general, these players are proving that they're good enough to, regardless of the manager. These players are proving that against top teams, they can compete and go toe to toe. It's just obviously having the consistency to do it over months, which is how you sustain league title challenges. That's obviously different.
That's the thing, though. This season, I didn't think we would. I thought we would still have those little, because the attack was so new. There would be some inconsistencies which will drop points, but we will be in the title, because I didn't believe in the other team. I didn't believe in Liverpool. I didn't believe in City. Like, obviously, I thought our squad were better than theirs. The only team I saw, like, this team is the only team that will remain, consistent throughout, is Arsenal. And I said Arsenal only if the attack cooks. But looks like they don't need a striker. They have a cheat code called set pieces that they go around, and that's the Erling Haaland set piece. Pretty much is the Erling Haaland, right? We need a goal, a corner, we'll get one. Reliable. All day long.
We end off here, man.
That's my outlook at Chelsea for this season. I still think in the Champions League we have a very good shot of winning it. I think in the league we'll make top 4 comfortably, and I think next season we're gonna be in the title race.
This is the thing, guys. Like, all this stuff is yet to play out. So we have to see how it all plays out. Where it adds. It's not about being correct. We want to see our team do well. Everyone here wants to see Chelsea win and compete, but how we go about it is all different. We have a different mindset, different way we think Chelsea's going to go. But hopefully, one of us is wrong and one of us is right. If that makes sense.
Hopefully, I'm the one that's right. If I'm right, you're
I
all
don't
happy.
care if I'm wrong. If you man have been correct, and
if I'm happy, if I'm right, all of y'all are happy.
Facts, Ches. Let's go with that. If Rob is right, we are
all of y'all are happy.
Because Rob is on
If you're not right,
so if Rob is right.
You know what? Rob was telling me that in the summer when we were talking about Garnacho. How's that working out now, brother? We're all unhappy. We're all unhappy.
Rob's on this one.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, Rob's on this.
You're happy with what he's serving? Yes, save. Cool.
Yes.
I hear it.
Garnacho's on 9 GA. Like, he's going to.
No. Hold on. Time out. 98. What comps? Wait. What comps? What comps, Rob? What comps?
All comps.
Man's doing up Garnacho.
All comps.
It's like 12 o'clock in the UK.
Yeah.
12 o'clock in the UK.
Hey,
Against Arsenal.
Man said Nacho chop. Nah.
I love the panel.
Wait.
You man enjoy the content.
Midnight. Man's doing Nacho chop, brother.
We'll talk maybe sometimes.
5 goals in the Carabao. I just checked 5 in the Carabao, and we're bringing up
Good
Garnacho.
Lord.
Let me end up here.
Shame.
You man enjoyed the panel in the chat, but everyone who joined, I really appreciate that, especially those streamers going around as well. Big up ads as always, Deb as always, Rob as always, and yes, see for showing love. Other man who make it. I'll be back tomorrow on my own, but I'm sure the panel will come back.
Stay consistent, man. Stay consistent.
Yeah, I know. People love my content, but I get busy,
Stop
man.
going on holiday, man. Stop going on holiday.
Too much busyness. It is what it
Every
is,
month
man.
on holiday.
Brother, just take your camera with you on holiday. Take your camera with you on holiday, bro.
I tried doing that. I did it in Mexico. If you want to that stream, I did it in Mexico. I had to stop. One Mexico.
Oh, you went to Mexico, eh? I'm sure you had a good time.
Yeah, I went to Mexico in September. But yeah, I couldn't stream ads. It was too much. I was enjoying myself. But anyway,
I know how it goes.
No, me and the girl. But anyway, see you guys tomorrow, man.
Bless up.